Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you guys by 5mind.com. Well, I guess it's mission accomplished. And it's funny because this is exactly what I was referring to in the last video, speaking of the Patriots finally offering a counter-protest or counter-presence to the Antifa presence outside the ICE facility in Portland. I said the moment Antifa doesn't have free reign on the streets, the moment there's a little bit of challenge, things are gonna get hectic, and all of a sudden, it becomes national news and the truth gets exposed, and finally there's some pressure on the city to act. Because we all know what happens, right? If Antifa is met with any challenge, even peaceful challenge, as is expected from MAGA patriots, well, they're gonna show their true colors. They're gonna start assaulting people. Chaos is gonna hit the streets almost instantaneously. All of it will be documented, uploaded to the internet, and then of course, that doesn't exactly look good for the Portland politicians and the Portland Police Department that are basically allowing it to run unimpeded. And that's exactly what happened. The cameras are rolling, the mask is now slipping, the left-wing chaos on the streets is being exposed, they're attacking people in the streets, punching people in the face, destroying their property, and now of course their little illegal encampments blocking sidewalks, blocking the roads, redirecting traffic. It's all being exposed for the world to see at a much higher level than before, and boom, would you look at that? The exposure is now forcing the city's hand, as well as the latest court case that basically enabled Donald Trump to send in the National Guard. Well, now Portland all of a sudden is in a very, very precarious position. They see the chaos, they see the fact that Donald Trump can come in and clean house real quick, and so their hand has been forced. All of a sudden, they're enforcing the law. They're maintaining order, and the Antifa presence outside the ICE facility has been completely cleared out. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let's first start off with congratulating these incredible Patriots. They've actually been, celebrating themselves all over X and other social media platforms, releasing group photos with captions like this: "The Portland Antifa ICE riots are over. Antifa took the L." All these guys posting up. And I just gotta say, this, my friends, is what winning looks like. These guys did the patriotic duty. They went on the streets, they peacefully countered Antifa. They didn't go there to punch people in the face. No, they showed up and basically just chanted USA in front of their little Antifa safe house.
USA! 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 USA!
And their presence, of course, caused all the chaos that we've been covering over the last couple of days. And now, all of a sudden, not only is Antifa being pushed back by the Patriots, but Portland police finally has come in and cleared out the entire area.
Antifa in Portland has lost their battle. You have absolutely nobody outside the ICE building right now. Their encampment has been completely shut down.
We are going to be more seriously enforcing over the next couple days disorderly conduct in the second degree. If somebody goes in the street, they're blocking traffic, that's disorderly conduct second degree. People are going to be going to jail for that. People are going to be arrested. If we see people drinking alcohol in public, that is a city code violation. We're going to be taking proper action on that. Jaywalking, we're going to be seeing proper action on that. Something like this. We need to make sure we have sidewalks open.
It's legal in Oregon.
Not under all circumstances.
Yes, it is.
We got a couple more things we're going to work on down the sidewalk. They are working on opening this up. We're going to come back and check on it. We need people to the best of their ability. The sidewalk is open. Okay. We are going to ask, please, let's not make disturbances while they're opening it. Okay. But we are going to be coming back to make sure that it's open so people can use it, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Crosswalk, whatever you see, get the stuff out of here.
Random people aren't driving our stuff.
I don't know who's stuff is.
And this now, of course, raises a very interesting point now, doesn't it? Look at how easy that was. It wasn't hard at all. We went from months and months of all these left-wing activists and politicians in Portland telling us, oh, there's nothing to see here, folks, no chaos happening in Portland. Antifa does not even exist. That's gotta be the dumbest talking point of all time. But they tried so hard to allow this to happen, to enable it, or they told you, what's happening is not illegal, we can't do anything about it, or it's not as easy as just going in and clearing the streets, but obviously it is. And now as their hand has been forced, you see, where there's a will, there's a way. Chaos hit the streets, the cameras caught it, and now I guess they can no longer pretend as if, oh, Antifa doesn't exist and nothing's happening. And they also can no longer pretend moving forward that it's impossible to enforce at least basic order on the streets. It took one weekend, and the entire place is now cleared out. The tents are gone, the trash is gone, they've packed everything up in the back of trucks, and all of a sudden, there's peace in Portland. And we've seen this before, you know, it reminds me of California. For years and years, they've pretended, oh, all these open-air drug slums that we have across the city and across the state, we can't do anything about it. It's not as easy as just tackling the problem and restoring order on the streets, you know, basic enforcement of standards. But then, of course, Xi Jinping came in town. We remember that one, right? Ooh, Supreme Leader, Chinese Supreme Leader. Gavin Newsom's daddy is coming into town. And then 24 hours later, the streets were clean. The entire city looked like a first world country all of a sudden. Went from San Francisco to Singapore. Proof is in the pudding, folks. And that's the core truth that I think is now being proved. You know, especially with this Antifa thing, it's propped up by politics. It's a LARP that a bunch of young people are engaging in. They're just having fun. They're, you know, kind of just the dregs of society that have nothing better to do and that just love latching on to these victim narratives and these hyperbolic fascist doomsday narratives. There's no real threat of fascism. It's simply about the message and the chaos they engage in on the streets, the lawlessness. It's propped up by the Democrat establishment. Democrats allow the chaos to fester because it creates a narrative framing for them. When there's people rioting on the streets attacking ICE officers, that's useful for them. That allows them to point and say, look at the tension on the streets. Ooh, look at the grassroots uprising. Look at the injustice that these freedom fighters are fighting against. Ooh, Donald Trump, Donald Bloomp, and his fascist Gestapo regime. And so they love it. They enable the chaos, the violence, and then they tell you, oh, it's not actually happening. They allow laws to be broken. They allow Antifa to take over entire city blocks for months on end, for years at this point, because it's useful to them. And then the moment it becomes detrimental in terms of a narrative framing, the moment the truth gets exposed, or the moment Donald Trump has the option to send in the National Guard, clear it out in like 2 seconds, restore law and order, just like he did in Washington, D.C., well, all of a sudden, they don't want to give him that win. No. The president cannot take credit for that, and so they come in, last second, 24 hours, clear it all out, and then I guess declare themselves the party of law and order. The narrative creation and manipulation is just unreal. The games that these Democrats play. And of course, these little Democrat minions, these Antifa super soldiers on the streets, we're fighting fascism. But the moment there's a little bit of consequence, they go home. Yeah, nothing says you're fighting genuine fascism. You're a brave revolutionary, like running away at the first freaking sign of consequence. They act so tough. Oh, so tough. But it's a bunch of kids. It's Halloween. It's a block party. It's RP. It's a role play. LARPing. And all of it, just in the last couple of days, has now been fully exposed. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.